Getting frustrated with myself because I wouldn't use my time constructively. I'd sit there in the evenings lacking in energy, lacking in motivation, wasting my time browsing social media for, I don't know, videos people have put up of singing silly songs in lockdown, or looking at COVID stats, which isn't very good for you. I'd then get really frustrated that I was that time in the evening that could be used for all sorts of things, whatever it was, whether it was rest and relaxation, just didn't feel like that. I'd regularly sit there having a glass of wine or having a chocolate bar, or the sort of things that, nothing too much extreme, but the sort of things that just weren't very good for me, both in sort of how I would feel, but also in, you know, fitness and health and everything else. I was a bit concerned about what people would think, like my parents and other people, if they, just because they might say, what are you doing that for? You've never needed something like that before, or, you know. And I was a little bit worried about the commitment, and that I'd overcommitted and that I might not be able to do everything that was required and make the most of it, and, you know, everything like that. So I did have a little bit of worries about that. So I certainly don't think I would still be now into March making as much effort as I am, and I don't think the changes would have been I think they'd have been temporary changes, quick fixes, trying to kick off those few kilos. The target I originally set with Mike, I've already exceeded and gone lower. I don't think I'd have done that. I'd have got to the point and gone, yep, done it, stop. Definitely the coaching, because I don't think my issue was ever exercise, how much exercise I was doing or what exercise I was doing. It's more just getting into sustainable habits and sort of making the right food choices and stuff. I suppose my exercise had probably dropped off a little bit this year because of not being able to play rugby matches and gyms opening, closing, randomness. You had to make a lot of effort yourself to do your exercise. But I'd always been quite self-led in how I exercised anyway. So I mostly used the personal training because it was available and to get some new ideas to do on my own, not because of what we actually did in that session. It was I'd take the ideas away and mix and match them with things I already knew. So I think definitely this, because of how intense it is and how it looks at every area of your life, but two, because it focused on the things I needed to focus on. So he's pretty responsive and pretty dedicated to making sure that you've understood things. He is, like I said, he's very good at making you leading you, but making you feel like you're leading. It's kind of collaborative, and that works really well. So whether it's the way he talks to you or elicits things out of you, that's good. He has got an app you can use. He has got all the different coaching activities each week. There's little videos on there, little mind nuggets. So there's lots of different things you can tap into if you want to. Try and keep myself feeling good, keep up the habits I've got into, extend some of my organisation habits out to some of the other areas where I'm very disorganised with my stuff. I lose everything. So I said I really want to, once I've got into this mindset, extend it out to other areas. So look at how I'm going to kind of work on that over the next few months, and especially look at how I'm going to make this not a lockdown wonder. I have the same accountability as I had for the food, for those things over the next few weeks, and how I can try and give myself that accountability moving forward, even when he's not there to say, did you do it? What did you do? So I hope so. I probably won't be quite as good at it when I've not got someone checking in on me every week, but I might try and make my husband do that, because he's fed up with how much I lose everything and where everything's stored away and thrown away and everything else. So we'll see. So I think I would just say that if you're fed up of every choice feeling like an effort or feeling like a sacrifice, that or if you feel stuck in a rut, that's the best approach to do it, providing you can dedicate yourself to it. And I mean that from there's no point, you can't dabble in it, because it doesn't work if you dabble in it, and you have to make a big commitment time wise, mentally, financially. So providing you can afford to do those three things, that I think it's definitely worth it, instead of paying, you might pay 200 quid for some faddy diet or some slim shakes or some whatever else, but you're going to have to do that 10 times before you get the result. I want to see the final result. I want to get that, because if I get below 71.5, then that is the lightest I've been since before I had the children. So that's why I changed the target. So if I get to 71, I've not been that since before I had the children.